Hi friends, welcome to our channel. Today we'll look at the longest consecutive sequence problem. This is our problem statement. Given an unsorted array of integers, nums, we are going to return the length of the longest consecutive elements sequence. Let's assume this is our unsorted array of integers given to us. We are going to return the longest consecutive element sequence present in this array. That is, in this array, 1, 2, 3 and 4 will make the longest sequence of consecutive elements. Whereas 9 and 10 are also consecutive elements, but their length is only 2. Therefore, we'll be considering the longest length and returning 4 here. Let's look at the solution approach. Today we are going to consider solving this problem using dynamic programming approach. The first row represents the unsorted array. We are going to first sort the array, and after sorting we'll have it in the order as 1, 2, 3, 4, 100 and 200. Now I'm going to construct another array called DP, which is of the same length as that of the nums array. And I'm going to initialize the first element of the DP array as 1. We'll start iterating from the second element of the nums array, and I'm going to check if the current element is 1 greater than that of its previous element. If so, I will add 1 to the previous element present in the DP array and store it in the current index of my DP value. I'll be carrying out the same operation as far as the previous element is 1 lesser than my current element. Once we move to 100, we can see that this is not 1 greater than the previous element. Therefore, I'll be storing 1 in my DP value. And same in case of 200. At last, I'll iterate to find the maximum value present in DP, and I'm going to return that. This approach will use space complexity of order of n, where n is the size of the array. We can reduce the space complexity to order of 1. Let's see how to do that. Here is our code snippet in Java. Let's assume we are given a sample input array as 100, 4, 200, 1, 3 and 2. We are supposed to get the output as 4. Let's check the code flow. At first, I'm going to check if my length of the nums array is 0. If so, I'll be returning 0. In this case, it is not so. Therefore, I'm going to sort my array. After sorting, my array will be arranged as 1, 2, 3, 4, 100 and 200. After this, I'm going to create two variables called longest streak and current streak, and I'll initialize them to 1. After this, now we are going to iterate from the second element till the last element of the nums array. At my first iteration, my I value is 1. I'm going to check whether the current number pointed is not equal to the number preceding it. Since our current number is 2 and the number preceding it is 1, we'll proceed to execute the F block. Here we are going to check if the current number is equal to our previous number added with 1. Our current number is 2 and the number preceding 2 is 1. Since 1 plus 1 is 2, which means that 1 and 2 are consecutive numbers. Therefore, I'll add 1 to the current streak. Previously, my current streak value was 1. Now it will be incremented to 2. On my second iteration, I'm going to again check whether the previous number and the number pointed now are not equal, and then we'll be checking whether both are consecutive numbers. If so, again I'll be incrementing the current streak value. Now, on my third iteration, again I'm going to check whether the previous number and the current number are not equal, and then I'll be checking whether they are consecutive numbers, and then adding 1 to my current streak value. Now in the fourth iteration, We are going to check whether 100 is not equal to 4, and then since 100 and 4 are not consecutive elements, we'll jump to the else block. Here I'm going to store the longest streak value as the maximum of longest streak and the current streak. That is, I'll compare my current streak value and the longest streak value and store the maximum value out of them. Since my current streak contains 4 and the longest streak is only 1, I'll be storing 4 in the longest streak. After this, I'm going to reinitialize my current streak to 1. Again, in my next iteration, now the current element will be 200. Since 100 and 200 are not equal, we'll jump into the if block. Here, since 100 and 200 are also not consecutive elements, we'll move to the else block and again store the longest out of longest streak and the current streak. There will be no change since my longest streak is already maximum than that of the current streak. I'll again reinitialize my current streak to 1. Since the I value is 6 here, 6 is not lesser than 6, therefore we'll move out of the for loop and I'm going to return the maximum of longest streak and the current streak, which is 4. Now we'll look at this time and space complexity. Our time complexity is order of n log n, where n is the length of nums array. The built-in sort function that I have used will take order of n log n time, while the remainder algorithm takes order of n time. Therefore, the total time complexity is order of n log n. The space complexity of the code that we have used will take constant time. Therefore, it is order of 1. If you choose to create a DP array, then it will take the time space complexity of order of n. Thank you friends. Do like, share and subscribe.